Hey, Doug Upstone here for Doc's Sports, and today is the day after St. Patrick's Day, March the 18th. So we're ready to go and deliver some more free play winners. Had one yesterday. In fact, even went to overtime. This is a seemingly a rarity. You go to overtime and you still win an under. So that was nice. That game was a low scoring game and just across the board and just ended up winning rather easily. So that was a nice one. What is that? Let's see here, as I recall, let me think here, 190, yeah, 190 winners in the, excuse me, in the last 287 days, and 64 and 41 is the most recent trend, okay, just overall. So the free plays continue to crush it. So we're going to try and do it yet again, going back to the NBA today to try and make that happen. Yesterday in the NBA, I had one play. I had a 5-unit play. And I know that there actually even saw got some, let's just say some blowback that I had Brooklyn -3 over Indiana. And when I placed that play, Kyrie Irving was scheduled to play. He did not. Okay, and as it turns out, Indiana, last I saw, was like +1, -1 in that game. But you know, the one thing about the NBA, and kind of true of most sports, but particularly the NBA, is that when a star player goes out, that doesn't mean they're done. Okay, the game's not over because for one game they can compensate. And in this case, to be perfectly honest, I was worried a little bit because they were down 25 or 40 to 25 after the first period, but I wasn't overly concerned because they still had James Harden and they have had Irving and Kevin Durant out often, so I wasn't all that worried about it. And as it turns out, my feelings were correct. And Brooklyn came back and in the fourth quarter got the job done for a 5-unit winner. So that takes me to 21-9. 70%, up over 4,400 units in terms of profit. So excellent run here in the NBA, and I'm coming right back with another 5-unit play on Thursday. Additionally, NHL hit my third play in a row. Got a little bit lucky, won in overtime, okay, but had a 3-1 lead going into the third period with Winnipeg, but they survived and got the win, and I always love those overtime winners, okay, I sure do, as opposed to going the other way. And I did miss Toledo yesterday, and this is my opinion, with Toledo losing yesterday to a really an average, in my opinion, Richmond team, that doesn't set up well for Ohio U against Virginia. Okay, even though the spread's down considerably from what it was, but it just kind of goes back to the MAC having some problems. They've had a couple of Buffaloes kind of helped them out recently, played better in the NCAA tournament, but to me that's a warning sign. So I was thinking about Ohio U. I'm out. Okay, on Ohio U for sure. I'm not saying I'm going to back Virginia, but I'm off Ohio U for that for certain. Okay, on that one. But I am coming back though in the first the 4 games tonight. Coming back, and I'm calling for an outright upset, a 4-unit play, and I believe in 4-unit plays I'm 30. I think it's 39-23 in 4 and 5-unit plays, I should say. So I got a 4-unit play going tonight. So hopefully we can deliver a winner there, like the outright upset on that one. So, okay, let's get to today's free play. New Orleans is going to be playing Portland. Now, this is a rematch from 2 nights ago when either Portland made a miraculous comeback, down 17 points with 6 minutes to go to win 125-124, or New Orleans gagged it out, okay, once again. Honestly, it's probably a little bit of both. This contest, though, I think will be very important to determine the direction of the season for the Pelicans going forward. They're either going to suck it up and get the job done at Portland tonight, or they're going to lose by 10 or more, and I think we can start to wave goodbye. Still a lot of time, but I'm not so sure New Orleans is going to be able to overcome that and reach the playoffs like many expected them to be. To knock off Portland, what does New Orleans have to do? They got to do a dramatically better job of guarding Damian Lillard. Lillard torched them for 50 points, and just as bad, he handed out 10 dimes on top of that, okay? So, I mean, he was critical to their success, and he made the 2 free throws with 1.3 seconds that, as it turns out, iced the game. So, we know that Lillard is certainly capable of having games like that. He's done it many times, okay, in his career. Maybe not as many assists, but certainly that kind of point, those many points. So what do they have to do? New Orleans is not a great defensive team, but they certainly have to get the ball out of his hands. Let him get his average of 30 points, okay? Do that and force others to make shots. So if that's the case, I think that's their best chance to do this. Now, last year, the Pelicans actually swept Portland in 4 games, and I believe they covered each and every one of those. Now, New Orleans is 6-2 in Rip City. Okay, even with that loss, they covered the other day, but with that loss this year, so that means they've lost this year to Portland twice. Once by 1 point the other night, by 2 points at home back in February. You know what? If this doesn't get their competitive juices flowing, I don't know what does. So I'm going to recommend taking the Pelicans plus the 1 against Portland tonight for the free play video. Okay, so there you have that. So tonight, 5-unit best bet in the NBA, calling for an outright upset in the first 4, and NHL action to boot. Looking to go 4-0 in the NHL, okay, this week. A free play. The White Sky free plays have not been doing well, okay? First to admit it, okay? So see if we can change it up. Today, the play is on Drake for that. So this is Doug Upstone for Doc Sports. Until Friday, I'm out.